It's another beautiful day to be a Raider, draped in the silver and black. I represent the shield. I represent the swords. It's that time of night again, Raider Nation. And you've come back. Why? Because it's time. It's time to bring them.
What's up, Raider Nation? I am the Commish, coming to you live from Hardcore Challenge Live Studios. Deep behind the enemy line. This is Raider Reaction on a Wednesday night, on Hump Day. And how do we do it? Every single Hump Day on Raider Reaction, we drop back deep in the pocket and let it fly league-wide as we touch on all the hot league topics and spin around the league, throwing out our picks, touching on the other 31 enemies, because you have to be an educated fan. You have to know what's going on. How are you going to sit and talk shit to the guy at the bar if you don't know what the hell his team's doing? You have to be an educated fan. So, that's what me and Prime are here for. My boy Prime joins me every Monday and Wednesday on Raider for professional MMA and boxing, PA announcer for pro soccer, play-by-play and color commentary for college basketball and college football, as well as the reigning vice president of the Hardcore Challenge, the pinnacle of fantasy football competition. And he is the Raider Reaction resident sports guru and a whole bunch of other cool shit that we ain't got time to list. What's up, Prime?
What's up, Commish?
So,
Yeah.
So I understand in another sports world, like there's some championship thing going on, like this thing called the World Series. How's that working out for you?
Haven't watched any of it.
I ain't gonna lie, I haven't either. Sorry, I'm not a Dodgers fan and I'm not a Stros fan, so.
Nah, man. I mean, baseball, it's slow.
I like going to the game. I love going and watching baseball games. I love it. There, on TV, that shit'll put me to bed.
For real. I mean, it is straight nap time when a baseball game comes on. That's what happens.
Wake me up around 7.
I don't even make the 7th inning stretch.
Wake me up around that's why they call it the 7th inning stretch, because that's when you come wake everybody ass up, because the game's, it's either a game or it's over by the 7th inning. So, yeah. But what's the score? Do you got a score? Anybody got a score check on the game?
Last I saw was 5-0 Houston.
5-0. Ooh. Damn. Gonna be tearing some shit up in LA tonight. People gonna be pissed the hell off. All right.
Pissed off over baseball, ladies and gentlemen.
That's hell. Who knows? But
nah, man. Like, I have literally heard like sports commentators, broadcasters, and that sort of thing saying, "Oh, hey, Game 7 tonight. I haven't watched any of the first 6." And it's supposed to be epic, man. Like, it's supposed to be the best World Series like ever and all this stuff, just because they hit a bunch of home runs, you know.
Well, you know, I don't know. I know I got to talk baseball. Shit.
No.
It's, yeah. It is, yeah, I'm not talking baseball. All right. It is supposed to be the best. I guess you got Cy Young guy winners in there, and yeah. It's 5-0. BC Raider. Thank you, my brother. 5-0. Not what inning? Is it early still, or is it? Well, it kind of matters, you know.
It's still early. It's still early.
All right, let's start it off, Prime. Let's hit some of the big news first before we jump into our picks and game breakdown. Let's hit some of the news first, because the biggest news, I guess, of the day probably was the reinstating of Josh Gordon basically on the stipulation of, hey, Josh, quit smoking weed, and you can play football.
Well, you know, he had probably had to go through I don't know how many piss tests just to get back to the league, but he did, I guess, get his stuff together. So, you know, Josh Gordon, tell you what, man, 2014, 2015? That kid was balling. I mean, he's a really good wide receiver. If he just learned to smoke in the offseason like the rest of them do, then he would have been all right.
Learn to cycle, Josh. Come on, man. Learn to cycle with the rest of
them. I mean, take it from Martavis Bryant. You can do it.
Come on, man. LeGarrette Blount's hitting blunts and winning Super Bowl rings.
Yeah.
You need to get with
Le'Veon Bell and LeGarrette Blount.
Everybody else can do it.
Le'Veon Bell and LeGarrette Blount were rolling down the street in a convertible.
Exactly. And they're both
smoking
still in the
trees.
league.
And they're both still in the league.
Yes.
Josh Gordon, on the other hand.
LeGarrette Blount gets popped. He goes and wins the Super Bowl ring with him. Damn season. Good Lord.
Right.
All right. Shanahan is saying that Garoppolo might not even play this season. They're saying they may not even put him out to the Wolves. They want to acclimate him to the team, get him to know the playbook. See, he brought him in and he ain't even going to play him? Seems odd.
So they're going to keep rolling with C.J. Beathard?
How's that working out for you?
I don't know. Man, they better go ahead and start Garoppolo because, I can't even say that really. I mean, we've seen him, play some preseason games?
Yeah. What's Garoppolo? I've never seen Garoppolo
one time
play.
Tom Brady went down.
He got hurt.
Tom Brady went down. Garoppolo came in. Got hurt. Then Jacoby Brissett came in. And then all of a sudden it was back to Tom Brady. Now, here's the weird thing about the Patriots. If you think about this, right? Okay, Garoppolo's going to start. Jacoby Brissett's a starter in Indianapolis right now. What other team can ever say that we've got two backups that went somewhere else to become starters?
I guess, but they're not good starters. I mean,
Jacoby's not. I mean, Jacoby, he's doing a little something. I'm not saying he's winning, but he's trying.
2-6.
I mean, they got a sorry team.
He ain't doing shit.
They got a sorry team, dude. It's not all Jacoby Brissett's fault. He didn't even start. Like
they were a bad team.
They traded for him.
A bad team. They did get a bad team. You can't lie there.
Yeah.
But
I mean, and it's only bad teams that make that kind of a move. Think about it. Here comes San Francisco. What have they done this year?
Hoyer's, they signed Hoyer. San Francisco releases Hoyer, and then the Patriots go and grab Hoyer, and they sign him to a 3-year deal to be Brady's new backup. So this is like trading wives type, going on. It seems like some backdoor fishy action. Like, why didn't you just throw Hoyer in on the trade and make it legit? It just seems like this was planned. Well, we'll just release Hoyer, and you guys can just sign him. That was some backdoor shit. Them sneaky pricks. Yeah. Belichick, it was some sneaky.
That happens all over the league, though. I mean, there's a lot of backroom conversations in the NFL between owners and general managers that no one will ever hear about. About. Now, I bet. Oh boy, that was on the show that wrote the book about Al Davis.
I bet he's got some stories. We need to get him back on, man.
Yeah.
He said he would come back on again. We should get him on again.
Yeah, why not? I think it went really well. So
it was cool.
Although he never fed into my questions, about Raiderettes and whatnot. So
of course we got to sign your post, Rip. How are we gonna know it's you? Because everybody says Raider Reaction if you're commenting from the page. Otherwise, we won't know it's you. But
I can't even see comments right now, but I'm not worried about
it. Thank you all for joining us as always.
Oh, hey.
This is Prime.
I'm Prime.
I'm the Commish. This is Goes to the Post. Raider Reaction, dropping back deep in the pocket, hitting all the hot league topics, getting you ready for
leaguewide.
Week 9 NFL. Getting you ready.
Week 9. We're past the halfway mark, my man.
Yes, we are. It is. It's the new second half of the season kicking off right now. Our first half was not good. 3-5, not good, not where we want to be. But it's only half the season, man. It's only half the season.
Half is a lot, though.
Yeah, half. It is a lot. It is a lot. We'll have to take care of that, Mandy. Mandy needs an official Raider reaction Raider name, so we got to come up with something. Mandy's one of our new admins, so she's got to have an official Raider reaction Raider name.
Ooh.
So we can't rush into that. This is gonna take some thought because she's gonna be stuck with it forever.
Hold on. Did Neil just come out and say she got in a fight with a Dolphin fan?
Oh, hold on.
And broke her ankle?
Truck up. See, that's why we added Mandy, because she got fire. That's why. So I got in a fight with. Hold on. Do tell. We need details. We'll keep rolling. You just put the details up in the comments there. We'll come back to that. We want more details.
Yeah, for real.
We need more details. All right. Moving along. Ezekiel Elliott is seeking an emergency stay on his ruling, Prime. They will not give it up and just. Dude, he's going to screw it up, man. We're in the second half of the season. You got 6 games, man. Take him now.
Yeah. I mean, all right. All these guys need to realize that Roger Goodell is undefeated. Roger the Hammer Goodell does not lose. You can take this battle to court, any court in New York and New Jersey and Texas, Louisiana, wherever else they've had their court hearings. It does not matter. Ezekiel Elliott will serve 6 games. That is the bottom line, either now or later.
Take him now. You want to take him in the playoffs? I mean, come on, seriously.
No, I don't even think they would count in the playoffs.
I don't know if they count. What do they do? I was thinking about that earlier. Say you got suspended and you have a 6-game suspension. Did the playoff games count? Because surely they're not going to let you play. Say you've only got your suspension goes in, you didn't even complete the 6 games. Say you got 5 games left in this regular season. And so you technically have 1 game left of suspension. And it's the wild card divisional playoff round, your first game. Is he suspended? Or does he...
I don't think so. I think they are suspended for regular season games.
That's interesting.
Now, I'm not, but at the same time, I'm not too sure.
Popeye just pops in like Sarah, I'm here.
Yeah, I'm not too even sure that they would be allowed to play in the playoff game, but at the same time, those playoff games won't count as the suspension. They will be in the regular season. So, like, if you get suspended 6 games, and in week 14, he comes out, plays like the last 3 weeks or whatever, and they make the playoffs, he may not be on the playoff roster. But then at the beginning of the next season, he's going to miss those 3 games. I've seen something like that.
Yeah, I was wondering that myself. So maybe that's the driving or the loophole that they're driving towards. Maybe that's the loophole that they're driving towards. Is like maybe they can drag it out a few more weeks. They can keep winning maybe a couple of games with him, and they'll only have to maybe lose him for like the last 3, and then they'll pick him up at the beginning of the next season. Maybe that's their thought. I don't know. There seems to be something shady going on. Because they got to know they're not going to beat it. You would think they know they're not going to freaking beat it. That's stupid if they don't.
No one's ever beat it.
No. Tom Brady didn't beat it. And if anybody's hugging Goodell's nuts, it's that guy. And if he ain't beat it, Ezekiel Elliott sure the hell ain't going to beat it. No.
Sorry, Bob. We do hit on all league news on Mondays and Wednesdays. I mean, we'll talk some Raiders, and we all know that... Man.
Me and Prime will break down the Raider game and pick it as well. We're just hitting the hot league news right now, and we'll get into the picks here in a minute. Now, and as we do every Monday and Wednesday, it's league-wide. You've got to know the other 31 enemies. You have to. You have to be an educated fan. How you gonna talk
I'm
shit
sorry.
at the bar if you don't know the other guy's team?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, you got Prime. He's got like assistants and he's got studio hands. I got nothing.
Assistants and studio hands. Yeah, that's right. I got a whole staff over there. A whole staff over there working hard. Like, oh, they're bringing up news for me. Someone just put on the NFL channel. You know, oh, I got I got Chad Ochocinco over in the corner. He's making drinks. So like, yeah, you know, I got the crew.
Minimum wage. I know he needs a job.
Yep, minimum wage. What do you think? I'm rich? Nah. You guys are working for free.
He's working for drinks.
Well, yeah, working for. I'm out of drinks. What?
All right. Well, in our what kind of our little preemptive WTF here, you had the trade of AJ McCarron, which is getting traded between division rivals in the same state that hate each other, the Browns and the Bengals. At first, it was reported that the Browns screwed up the paperwork, but when it came out, I guess the Bengals are actually the ones that screwed up the paperwork in the trade and didn't get it in time. And, man, these two teams suck. They can't even trade right.
Yeah. The sad thing is that's not even the first time the Bengals have screwed up something like that. Their back office needs some serious work. In fact, I don't know who owns the Bengals off the top of my head. But he ought to walk in there and just start firing everybody. I don't even care. Just fire everybody. They're all a bunch of losers. You can't even get a trade right. Man, like...
That's basic, dude. That's just paperwork, man. Come on. You can't get paperwork right? Like, seriously? Some admin needed to update her relationship status or some shit and didn't get it in or what? I mean, I really want to know what happened because inside them big places... Because I work in a big place, and the shit that gets done ends up down at the bottom. The little guy's the one that actually does it. So it did it like some guy just in the mailroom and just didn't get over there, or somebody just didn't hit send on the email, or I wonder what actually it was.
Oh wow, somebody's all hurt.
Oh man, good vibes going out to the dead man. Little dead man, man, he's always got something up with him.
What's up with our audience coming out with like broken bones and swollen faces and whatnot, man?
That's still good.
Like you guys need
good vibes going the little dead man's way, man. Good vibes. Hope he's all right. Well, hell, Prime, let's get into some picks. Let's start it off with Thursday Night Football this week. Your color rush.
Boom.
You got red and green. It's gonna look like fucking Christmas on Color Rush this week. Colorblind people across the world are gonna be pissed off because it's gonna be the red and green game. You got Buffalo and the Jets. Maybe they'll do one of them in white, hopefully, so it's not red and green.
I hope.
But
that red and green is hard to look at.
That was bad.
I mean, it's not
that last time.
Somebody dressed in mustard yellow, and that was terrible. But
the Ketchman mustard game was bad too. That was a bad one too.
Yeah, I think that's the only thing worse than the red and green game. But man, contrasting colors on a Thursday night. But this game actually, it might be a good game. It's a division game. All right, you got the Bills that are playing really well these days.
It's got a little more skill
than
you thought it would. At 5-2, Buffalo.
Yeah.
Oh, the freaking Geico guy. Got 5-2 Buffalo and 3-5 the Jets. Man, McCown, he's keeping it alive.
No, yeah, doesn't turn the ball over. He's a pretty good quarterback, journeyman. Found his way to New York, and now he's playing pretty well. Absolutely. They got that Robbie Anderson, wide receiver, who's been playing a lot better lately. And, yeah, the Jets aren't doing too bad. Now, meanwhile, of course, the Buffalo Bills have come out. They got Tyrod Taylor. They got the Shady McCoy, and those boys are balling up there in Buffalo. And you know what? I mean, I think Buffalo's going to win this game, obviously. You know, it doesn't matter where they play it. I think Buffalo's going to win because they are Buffalo's actually a good team. So
yeah, they're looking good. I mean, hey, they throttled us last week. They put the foot squarely in our ass last week. I mean, it is what it is. And they looked good. I ain't gonna lie, man. They handled us at home soundly. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And Kelvin Benjamin. Thanks, Lance. I forgot. Friggin' Kelvin Benjamin got traded to the Bills.
Buffalo. Yep, he's their new weapon. So some of these teams are going all in, man. You got Buffalo and the Eagles who got Ajayi. They're going all in.
Yeah. And Cam Newton came out and said, "There's no replacing Kelvin Benjamin."
Seriously? I didn't think he was putting all that in a bag of chips. So.
Nah. He's like 6'6" and chubby.
Yeah, he looked like a tight end when he came into the season. It's like, who's the tight end he signed? Oh, wow. Why's he got Kelvin's locker? Oh, sorry, bro. But let's see. So who you taking in the Thursday night game, Prime? Buffalo.
Yeah, I got to take the Buffalo's playing way too good right now. They're on a roll. Tyrod Taylor is on a roll. Shady McCoy had like 150 yards last week, man. Nah. There's no way that Buffalo is going to lose this game.
No.
It is so cold. How is there a mosquito? All right, never mind.
It's not cold out. What are you talking about? It's beautiful out. It could be 80s tomorrow.
What?
It's going to be gorgeous. Gorgeous. I'm taking the
It
Bills.
is November in the Midwest. It is chilly. I'm in my garage.
He's like, yeah, I'm in a tank top. He's in a stocking hat.
I got a coat on. You think I want to do this show in a coat?
I don't know. Maybe it's for style.
No.
No.
I'm not trying to be cool.
Snow's a 4-letter word. No. Keep it the hell away from me. Far, far away. I'm too delicate for.
Oh, we had some flurries the other day, Mandy, so don't sweat it.
I'm like a lizard. I've lived down here too long. I'm like a lizard. I won't be able to handle it. I'll just shrivel up and die in the cold.
You just got to go lay on a rock until you get warm?
Yes.
All right. I've had squinty eyes forever, folks, so I don't appreciate all the tree jokes, okay?
He looks like that all the time.
I'm a squinty-eyed dude.
He's just squinty-eyed.
I was in 6th grade. Teacher was like, "What you been smoking?" I was like, "Nothing. I don't smoke nothing. I'm in 6th grade." Anyway.
Bitch. You can say it. It's all right now.
Yeah.
You can say it now. It's all right. It's liberating.
Yeah?
All right. We're both going Bills?
Oh. We are now officially for a mature audience. Is that right?
Yes, we are. We are MA for mature audience only.
Motherfucking
It even says it right on the front of the page. So, hey, you were warned. Atlanta at Carolina, divisional 4-3 at 5-3. This is a big game for that division right now, as they are both chasing.
Oh, it's huge. Which seems like the way it used to be back in the day. But anyway, boy, it really, who knows? Atlanta hasn't really showed up. And, I mean, like, all year. Atlanta hasn't played well all year. They got a new offensive coordinator, and they make Matt Ryan look like a bum.
They're 4-3, though. They've kind of got under the radar a little bit, and they've stayed in, even though they haven't looked good. But
I think they got lucky. I mean, they got lucky when they beat Chicago. I mean, they're a fraudulent 4-3.
Well, Carolina's 5-3, and they're a big question mark for me too. They're a big question mark for me too, but I think the Panthers.
Well, I mean, but Carolina
take it at home. I think they take it at home this week.
Yeah, I'm going to say the Panthers do win at home, but the one thing is you had Cam Newton coming off that off-season shoulder surgery, and it took a while for him to get warm. I mean, like 4 games basically. He didn't really wake up to that Detroit game.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, his arm looked live then, They still haven't figured out how to get Christian McCaffrey the ball as much as they
No,
should.
I'm
But
surprised.
they're still working on it.
I'm surprised. You thought that was the deal they went and picked him up for, was they were really going to use him. Yeah, he haven't heard his name hardly at all.
But he gets like 7 catches a game.
Yeah, but maybe he just needs to break a few more of them. Maybe that's
Well, it's not college anymore. He's not necessarily the fastest guy on the field in every stadium.
no.
Because college is.
So who are you taking? Atlanta or Carolina?
I'm gonna go Carolina.
Carolina. All right, we're synced up so far. I'm taking Carolina as well. You got Indianapolis, another divisional game. Indianapolis at Houston. 2-6 Colts. Jacoby Brissett holding it down. His neck beard's out probably the whole damn year. And the 3-4 Texans at home. Deshaun Watson. Texans.
Houston all day.
Texans for sure on that one. No ifs, ands, or freaking buts about it.
Oh, it might be nasty and one-sided, like 42-12.
That one could
off of 4 field goals.
That one could get ugly. They better enjoy that World Series win, because then they're gonna get a home football win, get a World Series win. Houston will be jumping. They'll be back to 500 because they're gonna beat the Colts. Let's see.
Of course, everybody will pick the Texans.
Cincinnati.
What's up?
And Jacksonville. You got 3-4 Bengals after the Gaff trade. Now, what's funny about the Gaff trade is that Marvin Lewis comes out afterwards and says he's happy that it didn't happen. Of course you are, because you guys fucked up, so now you're happy. But playing 4-3 Jacksonville. So 2 teams right there on the cusp of 500. One game above, one under. It's an interesting game.
I think it's an interesting game, but I think that Jacksonville defense is for real, and they will win that game. I mean, Cincinnati has barely been able to get it right on the field either. Like, they've been kind of terrible. They've been shut out. I mean, A.J. Green didn't even score till like week 4. Like, Cincinnati is not doing well. Jacksonville, on the other hand, they're doing a lot better than some people thought. Maybe this is the Jacksonville team that everyone thought they were going to see last year, when they were like that hot pick, kind of like, anyway, kind of like the Bucks and the Raiders. But this year.
Easy. What was that?
I have no idea, bro.
Well, it is about that time.
Tell your staff to get it together.
It is about that time, but that was the wrong damn song.
Yeah, that's all good.
And it is that time every week on a Wednesday as I step aside, hand the floor to my co-host, and he brings you the Prime Cut.
Yo, so the World Series is happening and nobody is watching. Somehow they're talking about the ratings are high. They're higher than they have been in the last few years this year, because you have 2 big teams. Of course, you got the Houston Astros and the Los Angeles Dodgers. Houston Astros, they got a lot on their plate. Right now they're playing for that city. They got hit by a hurricane earlier this year, so now the Houston Astros are playing inspired baseball. Yeah. And meanwhile, of course, the Los Angeles Dodgers, they've been working. That team should have been in the World Series, I don't know, last year, maybe the year before. Clayton Kershaw's choked away more games than Andy Reid on a chicken bone. So, like, yeah. Yep. Somebody's saying go Houston, somebody's saying Dodgers. And guess what? I don't even care. Like, the World Series, oh, man, baseball is so regional anymore. It's not even like a nationwide sport. Like, nobody. Now, Lakers, on the other hand, no one cares about basketball for real until after Christmas. The Christmas day is when people start to care about basketball. But it is amazing that people now are like, they're saying that they're watching the World Series. No one's watching the World Series. I don't understand where they're getting these ratings from. I really don't. I've literally heard, there's an ESPN reporter named Bomani Jones. Bomani Jones came on the air earlier today, and says, yes, Game 7 tonight, and I did not watch the other 6. Man, alive on a stick. Man, I mean, if football is not so head and shoulders far and away America's pastime, then I don't know what it is, because it's definitely not baseball. But I've talked about that before. But what's happening now is, of course, they're saying this is the best World Series of all time. They're talking about like top 5, putting them in the upper echelon of every World Series that's ever happened, going back to whenever. You know, I mean, last year, of course, you had the Cubs coming out, and they got the curse off their back and all that kind of good stuff. This year, you got 2 big, I mean, Houston's a huge city. If y'all don't know, Houston's huge. Like, Houston's bigger than Dallas. Like, Houston is massive, all right? And L.A. is L.A. Everybody knows L.A. is big. You ever try to drive through L.A., try to drive around L.A., it doesn't even matter. It's huge, right? So spread out. Man, anyway. So now you got these 2 big major markets in the World Series. You got one team that they went through a hurricane. You know what hurricanes do to cities? It brings people together. But you're absolutely right, Mark Anthony Flores Sr. You either love it or you hate it. I don't hate it. You know, I'm kind of like the Commish, where I'll go to a baseball game. I love beer and hot dogs. And oh man, baseball is so quiet. You know, you can heckle. I will heckle a first base coach like nobody's business. Oh, poor Terry. It's the Prime Cut. We'll be back to football in a minute. Why don't you run and get yourself some snacks? I'm here for football talk. I'm out. Yeah, go whine about it. Anyway, so yeah, it's happening. And I'm sorry, it is sort of the biggest sport event happening right now. I know it's a regular season NFL, week 9. That's all well and good. But man alive, it's a championship. It's a championship. World Series. All right? World Series baseball. So anyway, I don't think L.A. is going to get it done today. Last I saw, they were losing. They will continue to lose. They brought Kershaw in like the 4th inning. Is the first time he'd pitched in relief since the last series against Washington. But whatever. Anyway, so, woo-wee. I just can't believe that this is the World Series, and I can't believe that they're saying the ratings are record ratings. Yet, I've heard so many people, both, you know, on the street, on TV, on the radio, everywhere, I've heard people saying they're not watching. No one's watching. I don't get it. So, I tell you what, I don't play fantasy baseball. That's crazy. That's way too many games. Anyway, but football, everyone, starting now at Thursday, it's still 5-0. Still 5-0. All right. Boy, those bats better come alive for L.A. or else they're going to be upset over there in Cali. Oh, anyway. So, we have Thursday night games, we have Sunday games, and Monday night games. And I tell you what, all those games are still better than baseball. I can't wait for Thursdays now. And the sad thing is like, people used to rip the Thursday game so hard. Like, I used to rip the Thursday game. I thought the Thursday game was garbage. But no, instead now they've actually got decent matchups. They're making like divisional matchups coming. I mean, decent teams are getting that Thursday slot. And you know what? I can't hate it anymore. I can't. I'll watch some football on a Thursday. You know what I do on Saturday? Take it off because I don't watch Little League. Anyway, so it's amazing. Throughout all of this, I mean, basketball was the talk of the summer, but basketball doesn't really start until Christmas. So, you know, let's just keep on watching football. By tomorrow, the World Series will be over. You know, and we'll be onto the gridiron. So, yeah. Football is still king. Roger Goodell never loses. And baseball's just about over. 4 more innings.
Alrighty. So, like he said, back to the gridiron. We got Tampa Bay.
Hold on, one more thing. Hold on, one more thing. George St. Pierre is coming out of retirement to fight Michael Bisping this weekend.
not going to go well for GSP. GSP is not big enough, and even his own training camp is saying he is not ready for this fight.
Oh, really?
That's not counting.
I hadn't heard.
Dude,
hockey?
Bisping's he's given up a lot of size to Bisping, man. I'm telling you, I hate Bisping with every ounce of my being. He's a dick. I can't stand
I don't know how Bisping is the champion in that division.
But he's younger. He's trained. He's fresh. He ain't been sitting on his ass.
He's younger?
Yes.
He's younger by like maybe a year or two.
He's been fighting though. GSP has not been fighting, man. It's not gonna be good. It's gonna be one of them where you wish, like you're gonna be like, damn, why'd you come back? Why? It's gonna be.
I want to watch it.
I'll watch it.
I want to watch it.
I'll watch it like I did McGregor freaking Mayweather. Tampa Bay Bucks 2-5. Very disappointing and sad looking Tampa Bay all of a sudden. Oh, what the hell has happened to the Bucks? Who, everybody was very high on the Bucks, and they're got to go on the road 2-5, going on the road to 5-2 New Orleans. That is a rough build.
Yeah, and the scary part is like New Orleans, their defense has been playing well lately. Their defense down in New Orleans. They've never been about defense. They had a quarterback with gray hair. I forget his name. Oh man, they had a quarterback with gray hair down in New Orleans, and now their defense is actually playing well.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, on the other side of that ball, you got the Tampa Bay Buck defense that they thought were going to be good. I mean, they had a couple of linebackers, Quan Alexander and
everybody's hurt. They're freaking what's his name? Ah, shit. The defensive back they signed last year. Ah, damn, it's on the tip of my tongue. But he's been a bust. It's just not been good. Vernon Hargraves.
There we go.
It's just not been. They're a bad team, man. And they're talking about Jameis might not even play this game. Yeah, Fitzmagic maybe get to play. So
Fitzmagic?
Yeah, well, Fitzpatrick. They was calling him last year.
When the hell did Fitzpatrick get a nickname?
He had the Fitzmagic going on for like 2 minutes last season. Come on, you don't remember? You didn't get the T-shirt?
No.
Fitzmagic T-shirt with the beard?
That's stupid.
Come on.
Fitzmagic. He needs to Fitz pass the ball. He needs to Fitz shave that beard. Fitz anything but magic. Nah, man, it's gonna be New Orleans.
New Orleans. I'm picking New Orleans as well. We've got the 5-2
because Drew Brees is timeless.
At 5-2 Rams at the 1-6 New York Football Giants. 5-2 Rams at the 1-6 Giants. Man, if you'd have told me that at the beginning of the season, I'd say you got the records flip-flopped.
Yep.
I can't believe that. But I don't believe
I can't pick against the Rams.
I'm picking against the Rams. I'm looking beyond these records, and I still think they're both. I don't think the Giants are as bad as that record, and I don't think the Rams are as good as that record. And I'm picking the Giants to beat the Rams at home. The Giants are gonna grab one at home. Eli's gonna have one of them games, and Ellen.
He's gonna have one of those games where he throws 4 interceptions because that Ram defense is gonna eat Eli up. And you know what? Todd Gurley is not Gurley. He's all man. Todd Gurley's gonna run ruckshot over all them fools in New York, man.
I'm taking the Giants in the upset. Taking the Giants.
No.
Moving on.
I'm taking the Rams.
All right. That's been the only one we've...
Rams might win that division. No one picked that.
That's been the only one we've disagreed on thus far. So we'll have to check on that one. Denver.
All right.
3-4 Donkeys at the 7-1 Philadelphia Eagles, who just went and grabbed Ajayi in the trade from Miami for a 4th-round pick. So they're going all in, man, pushing the chips in for this season. They're going for it. I guess that's what you do when you're firmly planted on the kiddie table. You want to get your ass off of there. So they're going all in. The Eagles.
Can't pick against the Eagles right now.
I'm picking them to beat the Donkeys, too.
Yeah. I mean, the Donkeys are starting Brock Osweiler.
That's not good. Yeah. He's like, come on. You broke up with her, divorced her.
Again.
You know.
Again.
You saw her sleeping with a couple other guys. And then you bring her back. You think it's going to be any better the second time around? No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not. You already divorced. And it comes, I just don't get it.
Yeah, so, I mean, like, I saw an interview in the offseason. I think his name is Chad Kelly. He's Jim Kelly's, like, nephew.
Yes.
Quarterback of Buffalo Bills, Jim Kelly, Hall of Famer. His nephew is Chad Kelly, was Mr. Irrelevant. Yes. Start him! Start him! Start him!
Start anybody!
That's who I mean, I don't care if he plays for the Broncos, man. I want to see him play.
You know what you got with Brock Osweiler, and you got shit. What do you need to uncover it? Look at some. I agree.
Yeah.
Look at anybody else.
Yeah.
How about you? Can you throw? How about you?
You know, it's Denver, though. It's Denver. You can't just go out on the street. People in the street are like, nah, man. I mean, I watched the game, man, but you got some Funyuns?
It is. Legalize it there. Legalize it.
You got some Funyuns?
I seen my first.
So, yeah.
I seen my first dispensary the other day. They're starting to pop up around here.
In Florida?
Yeah, it's medical. It's been legalized for medical. Step one.
Put that camera back.
Step one. Damn, my anxiety. I'm sure stressed the hell out.
So yeah, I picked the Eagles. The Eagles will definitely win that game over Denver. And Brock Osweiler. It's the Eagles big.
4-4 Baltimore at 4-4. Excuse me, 4-3 Tennessee. 4-4 Baltimore, 4-3 Tennessee.
I think this game will be the defining game for both these squads. Whoever wins is going to be more of what they thought they were, as opposed to less of what they thought they were. Because, I mean, Baltimore, they've been a couple different teams. Flacco has not played like
no.
He hasn't even played as good as he's played in the past.
He is playing this week. He's coming back from getting his freaking bell rung and the bloody ear and it looked like he got killed. Yeah,
he was bleeding out his ear.
Huh?
He was bleeding out of his ear. It looked like he was seeing the future. He was all jacked up.
Ear, that's bad news. That is not good.
Yeah.
That's brain bleeding. That ain't good, man. That ain't good at all. That ain't good for nobody. You're bleeding out your brain. No. So, Baltimore and Tennessee. Who are you taking, Prime? I'm going
to take Tennessee.
I'm taking Tennessee as well. I think Tennessee.
Dang!
The Ravens have just. They don't. I don't know, man. I'm not sold on the Ravens. I don't think they got the firepower. And I've been watching.
No, literally.
Because I've got one of their wide receivers in fantasy, so I've been watching them, and I can't.
No, the Ravens they've been like two different teams all year. They got shut out, I think, in England or something like that. Like the Ravens, they either show up or they don't. Yep. And just when I think they're not going to show up, they show up huge. You know, like against the Dolphins last week.
Yep.
You know, so they had a good game last week. They can't do anything consistently there in Baltimore, so I got to go with the Titans.
I'm going with the Titans.
Mariota.
So you've got the 3-4 Cardinals at the 0-8 49ers. Cardinals. All right,
Cardinals.
that's enough on that one.
No, we will never pick Cleveland. We will never pick Indianapolis. We will never pick San Francisco. There you go.
No, not until they prove otherwise. How can you pick them?
Ooh.
Washington at Seattle. 3-4 Redskins at the shocking 5-2 Seattle Seahawks. The Seahawks are for real, man. They've been playing well. Russell Wilson.
No, they're not.
Good. You don't think so?
Nope.
No. Are they fraudulent? I don't think so.
Yeah, man. Russell Wilson has been asked to do so much more than he has ever had to do for that team this year. Right now, Russell Wilson he's playing out of his mind. I'll give him that. But his offensive line is garbage. His running backs suck. Like, their defense, I don't care. Richard Sherman got his first interception like last week or something like that. Like, man, Seattle's not for real. Seattle's not for real.
Do you think I know you got some sort of, man crush on Kirk Cousins. So you think Kirk Cousins is going to beat the Seahawks this week? Is that what you're telling me?
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
I haven't lost my mind now.
They got that whole stupid 12th man thing that they, I hear them talk about. So you're loud. Big deal.
Washington just lost to Dallas. So they're not going to go up and beat Seattle.
I don't think so either. All right, so
Seattle's not good, though.
I'm going with Seattle at home to take down the Skins. As you are as well, it sounds like. Now this one's a big matchup here. You've got the 6-2 Kansas City Chiefs taking on the 4-3 at home Dallas Cowboys. This is a fairly decent matchup. Currently looking like no Ezekiel Elliott, but can pull some backroom 12th hour bullshit and he plays. It's possible. Completely possible.
It's possible.
So I can't even gauge it without knowing he's playing or not. It's a big factor there, whether or not he's playing.
I don't know, because if he doesn't play, then it's going to be your old boy, Run DMC, filling that gap.
It's fragile back there, toting the rock. He might be good for a game or two.
Oh, yeah.
One leg or the
But,
other.
Chiefs are going to win this one. Alex Smith and those boys, Tyreek Hill and running back Kareem Hunt. Yeah. The boys are good. That defense with Houston.
I think Kansas City wins this game, but I really, really hope Dallas wins. But I'm not sold on Dallas because I don't think Zeke's going to play this week. And if Ezekiel Elliott...
I think Alfred's hurt.
I think he's hurt too. I don't think it's going to be Morris. But if I want Kansas City to lose, but I don't think they're going to. I'm rooting for the Cowboys.
Yeah, I know.
That one, but I don't think they'll pull it out. All right, that leaves 2 games, Prime. We've got the Sunday night game and the Monday night game. 2 primetime games. Let's hit Monday night first because we know who Sunday night is. We'll save it for last. Detroit's
All right.
3-4 at the 4-3 Green Bay Packers on Monday Night Football. Divisional game, big game right now as the Lions are trying to keep pace with the Vikings. They're trying to jump past the pack without their...
No Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers.
No Aaron Rodgers.
So it's a big game for Detroit. They got to win this game.
And they're going to win this game. The Packers without Aaron Rodgers.
They're the Packers without Aaron Rodgers.
Or what? Yeah.
Enough said. They're the Packers without Aaron Rodgers. That's enough said.
Yeah. They got a wide receiver playing running back.
Yeah, I don't see that one. On paper it looks like it should be a good game for Monday night, but I don't think it's going to be. I think Detroit is going to hand the Packers their ass on Monday Night Football. I don't see it being a close game. I really don't.
Yeah. Nah, I guess I can't see it as a close game with who's their starting quarterback, Huntley or something like that.
Yeah, it's not
I think his name's like
I don't freaking remember.
Lance Huntley or something like
Yeah,
that. Like, he doesn't even sound like a real person.
he's not. It's like a Facebook fake profile.
Yeah. So I think the Lions will win that one. Matt Stafford better figure out a way to get that team into the end zone. I watched that game against Pittsburgh.
Oh no, it's a D. It's
Brett
not
Hundley.
a T.
Thank you, Hundley.
There you go, Hundley. Brett Hundley.
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's some schmuck
keeping the seat warm.
Rodgers. That's who it is. He ain't gonna do.
Colin Kaepernick still doesn't have a job.
No, he still don't. But I've heard rumors, man, that he's gonna get signed soon. We'll see.
I've heard that too. I've heard
some rumors and some rumblings. All right.
I don't believe Jack till I see it.
That leaves one game, Prime. Sunday Night Football. You've got the 3-5 Oakland Raiders going to play the 4-3 Miami Dolphins. I believe Cutler is going to play this weekend, and he is going to be the starter. So you got Smoking Jay back in there. Ready to go out there, take some snaps.
Yeah. Hey, it don't matter.
Check in the bank yet? My game check deposited? That's all Jay gives a shit about.
The Raiders! Big. They stayed on the East Coast. They're acclimated to the time zone. They didn't have thousands of miles of travel. They are rested. They are ready. They are pissed off. They got embarrassed by Buffalo. They are not going to let it happen again in Miami. The Raiders are going to unleash a keg of whoop ass all over the Dolphins. It might get nasty.
We certainly need to unload a can of whoop ass. Oh my God. To have the big win against Kansas City and then lay down last week for the Bills, this has to be a big bounce-back game. We're going into the bye week, and we got New England and Mexico City after that. This is a must-win game. Must-win. Absolutely.
So, yeah, I think it's going to be the Raiders easy. We both agree on that one, that's for sure. And I think it's time. I mean, the Dolphins just traded Ajayi away, and he was arguably their best offensive player.
Yeah.
But the coach said he wouldn't get into the playbook.
I don't get that. Come on, Popeye. We can see through that. You gotta come harder than that if you go try to fool somebody. You're off your game. But, yeah, I didn't get that one, man. I mean, what are you trying to do? You just drafted him last year.
Well, their coach came out, the Miami Dolphin coach, Gates. He came out, he was ripping everybody. And he didn't even care. He was ripping players, ripping starters. He didn't care. Like, they played like garbage. Everyone sucks. Yeah, if you can't know your playbook, people can't expect to just show up at the meeting and learn the playbook. They got to take it home and all this stuff, man. He went hard. He went hard. He's like, you don't believe me? Jay Ajayi, go to Philadelphia. Yep.
You go to Philadelphia. You get the hell out of here. And Landry, I'll trade your ass too.
Huh? But I'm good, coach.
I don't give a shit. Ajayi was good too. I sent his ass to the comb.
Fuck you, Tito.
Michael too. Fuck Michael and Tito. Jermaine's ass too. all the Jackson 5. Fuck them all. I don't know. All
right. I don't know how we got there. All right. Yeah, I kind of know how we got there. It's all good. Now, Raiders will win big, and they need it. They need it.
I don't know.
Josh Gordon is coming back to the NFL.
That's the biggest news right there. Is Josh Gordon coming back to the NFL. He
put the bomb down.
And he's coming back. So there's your big news. There's all your picks. There's your Ghost to the Post. Following us next week, we're going to have BC Raider on with Fantasy Action Live and ripping through some fantasy football news for you. So next week, you're going to get a 1-2 punch on Wednesday nights and have BC Raider following us up. Actually, it's about a 15-minute break between us and BC Raider. He'll be coming on at 15 minutes after the hour and giving you a solid 45 minutes of fantasy football action. But Prime will be back with me on Monday, so we can rip through all of the Week 9 action and all of the crazy whatnot that is about to ensue. You know something's going to go.
We should track our picks for the last half of the season.
Last half of the season. All right. I can do that.
I can help.
Okay. Roll back through and pick your picks then. All right. We'll do it. We'll track for the next half of the season. We should have done that at the beginning, but, you know, we're new at this. All right. Ron will be back Monday for the next edition of Goes to the Post.
From the cold.
Chilling, literally. Chilling, literally. So, make sure you tune in tomorrow as we are back. Full effect, solid hour show. Raider Reaction, Game Day Thursday is back. As we'll start off the show, 30 minutes of nothing but silver and black. As you got the Raider Nation Ricochet with myself and NorCal Raider Rick. As we go coast to coast on the Raider Nation Ricochet. So we rip down everything silver and black in a lightning fast 30-minute segment. And then we'll spend 15 minutes with JP, the Raider Reaction, college football guru, getting you ready as the first playoff rankings have come out for college. And a lot of college football action as well. It's not 100% confirmed, but there has been a T-Well sighting. And we're trying to drag him in to close out the show tomorrow for another edition of Franchise Face-Off. We've not had it for a few weeks. I'm sure he's got some words. As they're currently up and we are currently down, that doesn't mean we won't kick him anyway. So, tune in tomorrow for Raider Reaction Game Day Thursday. As you can watch a little Bills Jets and a little Raider Reaction at the same time. Get your Raider flavor, get your college news, and we'll kick a Cowboy fan hopefully at the end. So, check it out tomorrow. I'm out. Peace. Love. Raider Nation!